Okay, we are now down to Unit 5.2, which is the role of physical activity on mental health and well-being. So first is the physical and mental health connection. Physical activity supports both physical and mental health. Inactivity is linked with higher rates of illness and healthcare expenses, while exercise helps manage overall well-being. Next, improves mood, sleep, and quality of life. So, exercise has been shown to positively impact our mood, reduce stress, and aid in restful sleep, enhancing daily functioning. Next is benefits body image and self-concept. So, there are actually non-clinical studies show that physical activity boosts your self-perception, your self-esteem, especially in youth and adolescence. Next is supports mental health disorders. So, physical activity and yoga may ease symptoms of depression, anxiety, substance cravings, and even psychosis. Next is we have the physical health benefits. First, improves body systems and physical independence. So exercise boosts your bone density, your strength, your neuromuscular fitness, and helps maintain independence in aging populations. Next, it prevents and manages chronic diseases. So there are strong evidence show physical activity reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease, cancers, and osteoporosis. Next, supports treatment of physical disorders. So, exercise is helpful in managing conditions like peripheral artery disease by reducing symptoms and enhancing life quality. Next is effective in managing substance use disorders. So, exercise contributes to reducing smoking and other addictions by improving mood and reducing cravings. Next is we have the Global Physical Activity Guidelines. So here, it was stated that 150 minutes per week of moderate to vigorous activity is recommended. So meeting this target reduces the risk of many chronic diseases by 20 to 30% according to global health standards. It was also stated that even low levels of activity yields benefits. So there are actually numerous studies show that small but regular doses of activity will or still provide significant mental and physical health advantages. Okay, we are now down to the impact of physical health on mental health. First is in the exercise and mental health, which is the global evidence. So first, we have increasing evidence supports exercise as beneficial for mental health. So there are actually various studies, global studies, and systematic reviews show positive effects of physical activity on mental health conditions. Next is effective for a wide range of psychological outcomes. As I have said earlier that exercise improves your mood, your self-esteem, your cognitive function, your quality of life, and it also reduces stress and depressive symptoms. Next, regular exercisers generally report a better mental state. So people who consistently exercise tend to experience enhance their emotional well-being and better resilience. Next is we have the neurochemical and cognitive effects of exercise. So first, exercise boosts production of opioids and endocannabinoids. So when we say opioids, these are chemicals, natural chemicals to be exact, made by our body that help us feel less pain and more relaxed or happy. Let's say for example, after running or jogging, you suddenly feel really good or less yung tired mo. So those feelings are actually your opioids in which it releases natural chemicals, what we call the opioids. When we say endocannabinoids naman, these are also natural chemicals made by the body. It help us feel calm, reduce stress, improve mood, and even help us sleep better. So let's say for example, you feel less stress, good yung mood mo, or your mind feels clear. So that is endocannabinoids doing their job. So meaning to say that opioids, less yung pain but more yung pleasure. But when we say endocannabinoids, less yung stress, better yung mood. Next is we have the short-term cognitive enhancement up to 2 hours. After exercise, people often show improvements in attention, memory, fluency, decision making, and focus. Next is regulates the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal or the HPA axis. So, physical activity helps control our cortisol levels. When we say cortisol, this is our stress hormone. Yeah, this is our stress hormone, which is also a natural chemical or hormone made by our body when we are stressed, worried, or scared. So, it can also restores our hormonal balance involving leptin and ghrelin. So, for those who are not familiar with leptin and ghrelin, ghrelin is yung ang hungry hormone natin. So, here, ang brain natin is magte-tell ng, I'm hungry, let's eat. So, that is ghrelin, yung hungry hormone. So, on the other hand, when we say leptin, this is our I'm full hormone. So, yung brain natin magte-tell sa atin ng, stop eating, you are full. So, that is leptin, our full hormone. I am full hormone. Next is the biological and disease-modifying effects. So, exercise has immunomodulatory benefits. So, regular physical activity improves our catecholamine balance, reduces systematic inflammation, and lowers our cortisol, which support mental health. So, when we say catecholamines, these are also natural chemicals made by our body during stress or excitement. So, one of the example of this is we have the adrenaline, in which this hormone can actually increase our heart rate, make you alert and focus, and help your body react fast in a fight or flight nga situation. Next is increases your brain-derived neurotrophic factor or the BDNF. So, the BDNF is linked to improve our brain health, and it is thought to help reduce the amyloid beta toxicity, potentially slowing Alzheimer's disease progression. So, when we say amyloid beta, it is a protein that is also naturally made in the brain. So, what does amyloid beta toxicity mean? So, when amyloid beta builds up too much, it becomes toxic or harmful sa ato ang brain cells. So, with this, it can result to damage our brain cells. It can also interrupt our memory and thinking, and it can also increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Next is consistent improvements across global and Indian research. So there are global and Indian studies alike show that physical activity benefits mentally and physically ill populations. Next is we have the Indian context and cultural relevance. So meta-analysis of Indian research aligns with global findings. So studies in India affirm that exercise improves our mental health outcomes, supporting its role in treatment strategies. So, government-supported data shows effectiveness of exercise and yoga. So, Indian public health data confirms benefits of varied levels of physical activity, including the traditional practices like the yoga. So, yoga as their culturally appropriate and accessible therapy. So, with its low to moderate intensity and inclusion of breathing and relaxation techniques, yoga is widely practiced and well suited for use as a complementary therapy in India. Since we're talking about India, we're talking about yoga in India. Let's talk about yoga as an adjunctive treatment in mental health as general. So first is the physical and the psychological effects. First, stimulates your neuromuscular and limbic systems, in which it can reduce sympathetic nervous activity. So, yoga can improve your motor control, your emotional regulation, and reduce stress responses by calming the nervous system. Shown to reduce anxiety and depression symptoms. So, there are actually numerous studies also that suggest yoga can help manage mood disorders by fostering relaxation and self awareness. Next is generally safe with minimal side effects. So most people tolerate yoga well, making it a low risk option for mental health treatment. Next, we have physical activity and schizophrenia. So let's define what is schizophrenia. It is a severe chronic mental disorder starting in late adolescence or early adulthood. So meaning to say that schizophrenia typically begins in the late teens or early 20s and significantly disrupts a person's life, including work, education, and even yung relationships. So, the core symptoms of schizophrenia are delusions, hallucinations, we have disorganized thinking, and persistent cognitive deficits. So, these symptoms make it difficult for patients to perceive reality accurately, communicate effectively, and perform daily tasks. Next is remission is rare, meaning to say that it is not common for the illness to completely go away or stay away for a long time. Um, More than 60% experience relapses, so meaning to say that over 60% of people with the illness get sick again. So this is what we call the relapse. So when they relapse, some may have clear symptoms like memory loss, confusion, or etc., while others may have no obvious signs. But the illness is still affecting their brain. So meaning to say that most patients do not achieve full recovery and they often experience repeated episodes that worsen their condition over time. Next is we have the benefits of the physical activity on the I And now, let's move on to the benefits of physical activity on the schizophrenia, or let's say in general. First is reduces psychotic symptoms and addresses medical comorbidities. So, exercise can alleviate hallucinations, delusions, and other symptoms while also improving our physical health. Next is counteracts metabolic side effects from medication. So, regular physical activity helps manage weight, our blood pressure, and our blood sugar levels, which is affected by the medication. It also enhances physical and mental well-being. As I have said earlier, that exercise boosts our mood, reduces anxiety, it improves our sleep, and supports better overall functioning. And it also reduces more BDT and healthcare costs in mentally ill populations. So, active individuals are less likely to be hospitalized and require fewer medical interventions. And last, meta-analysis, which is composed of 17 studies, they states that regular physical activity significantly reduce negative symptoms of schizophrenia. So there are scientific evidences shows that consistent exercise leads to measurable improvements in social withdrawal, apathy, and lack of motivation. Okay, to further discuss the Unit 5.2, I will now give the floor to teacher Melody.
So, hello everyone. I will be your next virtual instructor for this morning, and we are gonna delve into the content where physical activity and alcohol dependence syndrome relate in the overall well being of a person. So, physical activity and alcohol dependence syndrome, it is the use disorders are highly prevalent, so it is highly comorbid and often go untreated. So the current treatment options are effective for some but not all patients. So and the relapse is common as well. So exercises is a safe and feasible treatment option that can improve comorbid health problems and may reduce heavy drinking. So, it is according to the study of National Institute of Health. They showed that an exercise intervention, including counseling, meditation, according to what Mr. Tapil said, it was associated with a decrease in drinking days and heavy drinking days in individuals with AUD. So, the question is, does alcohol abuse affect mental health? So, yes, definitely. It has long-term exposure to alcohol against the backdrop of depressive or manic symptoms that may lead to poorer cognitive functions, and it has higher risk of suicide. The next slide, the health benefits of exercise in AUD. So, the regular physical activity, a healthy diet, and avoiding smoking are a key to improving heart and lung health. So, exercise strengthens the heart and improves the lung functions, making it easier to deliver oxygen to the body. A balanced diet also provides the necessary nutrients for energy and overall health, and staying hydrated keeps airway clean. So, maka-help pud ni siya para maka-improve sa heart and lung function. So, avoiding smoking also and other environmental irritants protect the lungs from damage and diseases, especially itong mga urban areas nga mga highly populated sa mga smoke. So, uh, one of the health benefits of exercise in AUD also manages health problems like diabetes and hypertension. So these are the examples of managing diabetes and hypertension. Healthy eating, it focus on a diet low in saturated and trans fats, cholesterol and sodium, and high in fiber. Second, the regular exercise. You can aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of 2 weeks. So that is one of the health benefits exercise in AUD. For the third slides, the role of motivation and participations. First, the success depends on active patients' involvement. So yes, successful healthcare outcomes and improved patient well-being are strongly linked to active patients' involvement in their care. So this involves patients being actively engaged in decision making, treatment plans, and self-management of their health. So uh, number one, when patients are, examples na siya, when patients are actively involved, they are more likely to understand their conditions, right? So it they adhere to treatment plans and actively participate in their recovery. So mas mapadali ang ilahang recovery pag um, they themselves are interested in the treatment. Second one, patients who feel empowered and involved in their care are more likely to be satisfied in with their overall experience. So, yeah, that is what success depends on active patients' involvement. The second one, lack of motivation is a common in substance abuse, and combining exercise with motivational therapy boosts outcomes. So, combining exercise with motivational therapy can lead to what enhanced outcomes compared to either approach alone. So yeah, particularly in areas like depression treatment and physical activity adherence. So motivational interviewing, for example, can be a key component of successful exercise interventions. So according to the study, they suggest that integrating motivational techniques such as those in cognitive behavioral therapy can improve both psychological and physical outcomes, like reducing what depressive symptoms and increasing physical activity as well. So yeah, specifically the study um, identified that participants with what excuse me, higher initial levels of alcohol craving and those with lower fitness experience are more a significant reduction in craving after exercise. So, it is according to the research evidence study 40% of participants have fewer cravings after exercise. So specifically, this study identified that participants with higher initial levels, according to what I said, alcohol cravings, and those with lower fitness experience more significant reduction in craving after exercise. So, mag-decrease ang ilahang cravings sa alcohol uh, when the participants are more likely to engage in exercise every day. So, it is according to meta-analysis, exercise help reduce alcohol intake and binge drinking. So, that is what I have said earlier. In the essence, in the study demonstrated that exercise can be an effective strategy for reducing alcohol cravings, and that effectiveness of exercise may be more pronounced in what individuals with higher pre-exercise craving and lower cardiorespiratory fitness. So replacing time spent drinking with exercise helps create a healthy lifestyle that has substantial health benefits. For the next slide, the connection between physical activity and sleep. So, first, many people struggle to prioritize exercise and adequate sleep. So, yeah, uh, they struggle to prioritize exercise and adequate sleep due to combination of factors like including lack of time, lack of motivation, and societal pressures like mag-overthinking. Sleep disorders such as insomnia and sleep apnea can also make it difficult to get the necessary rest. Second one, sleep deprivation harms immune functions, mood, metabolism, and brain performance. It has severely key areas such as immune functions, mood, metabolism, and brain performance. It can also weaken the immune system of a person, leading to increased susceptibility to infections and chronic diseases. So, additionally, it disrupts mood regulation also, potentially leading to anxiety, depression, and irritability. Metabolic processes are also affected as well, and potentially contributing to obesity, diabetes, and other metabolic disorders. Finally, brain performance suffers, and it impacts memory, focus, and attention or cognitive function. Third one, sleep. Sleep support glucose storage in the brain while wakefulness breaks it down. So yes, this statement is generally accurate. So during wakefulness, the brain, particularly astrocytes, utilizes glucose and stores its glycogen. As the day progresses and the brain is active, glycogen stores the depleted. During sleep, glycogen is replenished. The process is linked to the energy demands of the brain with higher demands during wakefulness and reduced demands during sleep. So the last one, sleep also plays a hormonal role in the brain health beyond just metabolism. So, yes, definitely. Sleep significantly impacts brain health through its influence on hormones beyond metabolism. So, it regulates hormones like growth hormones, cortisol, and melatonin, which play crucial roles in brain functions, memory consolidations, and stress response. So, sleep deprivation and disrupt these hormonal balances, leading to cognitive impairments and other health issues. Physical activity in depressive and anxiety disorders, um, like depressive is the leading cause of disability worldwide according to the World Health Organizations. So the regular physical activity can significantly reduce symptoms of um, excuse me both depression and anxiety. So, studies have shown that exercise can be a valuable adjunct to traditional treatments for these disorders, and in some cases can be effective as its first line treatment for mild to moderate depression. Engaging in physical activity, whether moderate or low intensity, can also improve mood, reduce stress, and improve overall well-being. So Yeah, it is according to the World Health Organization. Depression is indeed the leading cause of disability worldwide. It is a common mental disorder that can significantly impacts individuals' life, affecting their ability to work. So, only 10% to 25% of people with depression seek therapy due to stigma, cost, or lack of access. So, the studies suggest that much smaller percentage, around 1 in 3, actually receive treatment. The statement, however, highlights a significant treatment gap, particularly in low and middle income countries, which where are 75% of individuals with mental disorders do not receive care. So this gap is largely attributed to stigma, lack of access, and affordability. Third one, physical activity is a promising statement for a mild to moderate depression and anxiety. So yes, physical activity is indeed a promising treatment for mild to moderate depression and anxiety. So the research suggests that regular exercise can be as effective as traditional treatments like antidepressants or cognitive behavioral therapy for managing this cognition conditions. I mean, so a biological mechanism or endorphin hypothesis. So, exercise boosts endorphins can lead to natural mood, which I mean it is a natural mood enhancer. So exercise is known to boost endorphins, which are natural mood enhancers. So these brain chemicals released during physical activity. It can also help reduce stress, improve mood, and even ease symptoms of depression and anxiety. So what does endorphin hypothesis means? So it suggests that exercise can induce positive mental effects, potentially similar to those experienced with antidepressants medication due to release of endorphins, I mean, during physical activity. So endorphins and natural brain chemicals are associated with mood elevation and reduced pain perception. While the hypothesis is supported by some evidence, it is also subject to debate and research into the direct link between endorphins and reduced depression. Okay, for the next slide, research evidence and consideration. Uh, the study shows that physical activity improves mood across age gap. Yoga and breathing exercise show positive outcomes in managing depression, and exercise is more effective than um, mali, mali. So, physical activity has significant positive impacts on mental health, including improving mood, sleep quality, and potentially reducing cravings related to addiction. Regular exercise can also be an effective treatment for mild to moderate depression and anxiety. Yoga meditation has shown promise in managing symptoms of schizophrenia. Doctors are encouraged to incorporate physical activity into treatment plans, and more research is needed in regions like India to develop culturally appropriate programs. So, that is all for my part. Goodbye.